weeks ago, just a couple of weeks ago, and we spent 2 days together, and what a fabulous 2 days it was.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it was great to experience as much of your life work packed into 2 days, and man, wasn't that a mind-blowing experience?
Well, it was intense. I hadn't presented for 3 years, but then to be invited over to present in front of a private group in the manner in which it was, and the caliber of the people. Now that was really something special. It was a highlight of my life for sure.
And I think everyone felt the same as well, George. I mean, it's beautiful that you could recognize that because you couldn't recognize the caliber if it wasn't in you as well.
Oh, thanks, John. Oh,
So I mean,
that's wonderful.
I'm sure for a lot of people listening to this radio show is that they're listening because there's a level of trust that they have for the caliber and quality of information you're giving to them that's going to be useful for their life. So I'm quite honored to be on this radio show because I have an opportunity to invest part of my life force to contribute to that mission that you have and to make a difference to the people who are listening to this, to make a difference to them. And whether they see me, meet me, or ever meet me again, or ever see me again, or ever have an interaction, I know at least I have had an opportunity through you.
Wow, John, that's so beautifully expressed, and the feeling is quite mutual. We really are in this beautiful co-creative process, and I know that what we do have together to create here can be incredibly helpful for so many people. Would you like to begin with just sharing a little bit of your background? Because I know that my listeners are not familiar with your work, and I feel they're in for quite a treat and quite a surprise.
Thanks. Yeah, great. Yeah, so for the listeners, so I met George a couple weeks in Byron, but my background is, well, I'm a 28-year-old Asian-looking man, right? I look like I'm 16, which is probably not going to come as a surprise to you because we all look very young, a lot of us. I grew up in Malaysia and I came to Australia when I was 4 years old. Now, here's the thing. Today I'm actually a writer, a specialist writer. I ghostwrite books and I help people craft personal brands for thought leaders in the space of human potential. That is developing self for a better experience of life itself. And but it wasn't always that way for me because for the first 20 years of my life, surprise, surprise, people thought I was disabled with the written word.
Yeah, English and the written word to me, this is your quote, was like Forrest Gump's leg braces. I love that
Yeah,
analogy.
absolutely. And man, I cried when I watched Forrest Gump because I think I could relate to his journey in a way. I mean, in a different way, but more so from the perspective of how I felt about my life, because being disabled with the written word also meant that my confidence in life and how I felt about myself was very low. I mean, there was a time in my life where I was ashamed to look through the eyes that were looking back at me in the mirror.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what,
I think there's a lot of people that can actually relate to that, John.
mm, and
When a seed is planted in the ground, all you can do is water it. You cannot control the sunshine, you cannot control the weather, and you cannot control whether the locusts will come and try and destroy it. All you can do is plant your seed in the ground, water it, and believe. That is what allowed me to be in this position right now. I would not stop believing.